It's time now to welcome our traveling correspondent, comedian Tom Papa, in a segment we call Out in America.
Thanks, Chris. This week for Out in America, I went nowhere and yet everywhere at the same time. As we have all been ordered to stay inside, close our doors, and put our suitcases back into the closet, my journey this week has been within the confines of my own home. But make no mistake, at this moment, we are all on an epic journey. These days, I don't set an alarm. I no longer wake up in the dark in a workday frenzy. Now I stir when the sun peeks through the window shades and I stretch out like an unemployed cat. There's a brief moment of weekend sweetness before I roll over to look at the time, and my phone quickly reminds me of why we are sleeping in today. After weeks of waking up and digesting all the news I could, I'm now careful to manage how much I read each day. But I can't totally disconnect. I feel not only a need to be informed, but a duty to check in on all the hard work that nurses and doctors and their families, and those in government and delivery people, and my trusted cashiers and truck drivers are doing every day. I swing my feet to the ground, take a deep breath, and off I go. First job today is to take a shower and get dressed. Really dressed. Not just sweatpants and slippers dressed, but dressed like I have some place to go, as if I have something important to do. Have you ever caught yourself in the mirror and realized that for the last 3 weeks you haven't worn pants that didn't come with an elastic waistband? I have. I walked into the kitchen to start off with arguably the most important task of the day, to brew the morning's first cup of coffee. This is the best part of any day, really, but now it has taken on a level of importance that really cannot be understated. The gentle pouring of the water, the thoughtful scooping of the freshly ground coffee, the selection of the right mug. When the aroma hits my nose, all is right with the world again. Have you ever enjoyed a cup of coffee so much that you thought that maybe you should check yourself into rehab? I have. I wander outside to get the newspaper from the driveway and check the mailbox. Hopefully, I forgot to check yesterday, and I'll get to sort through some junk mail. It's the little things. But it's no longer junk mail to me. Now I realize what these flyers and circulars really are. They are the heartbeat, the hope of our economy. What I at one time tossed in the garbage, I now hold for a moment and consider all the planning that went into this truly amazing deal on a sofa bed. All the people involved, the owner, the salesperson, the accountant, the warehouse workers, the delivery person, the postal clerk. No, this is not junk. This is a roadmap, a story of all of us working together in an orchestrated symbiotic life. But then I snap out of it and realize I don't need a sofa bed. But I no longer toss the junk mail in the trash, and instead pile it under my desk, just in case the hoarders are right, and I do run out of toilet paper. I do the crossword puzzle, return some emails, make some phone calls, and realize that my important job, the job that I spend every day working on for 8 hours, really takes about 20 minutes to complete. With nothing left to do, I wander back into the kitchen, sneak into the pantry like a drunken raccoon. Have you ever had your wife turn on the kitchen light and find you with an entire row of Oreos in your mouth? I have. With work completed, it's time for a walk. There are a lot of walks these days, so many walks. My dog has never been happier. She seems to enjoy isolation more than anyone. She's the most popular member of the family by far. Everyone wants to say hello, take her picture, or just reach out and touch her. She walks through the house like a celebrity through a crowded restaurant. Exploring outside has been truly important. Spring is coming. All the beauty of nature is roaring back. The planet seems to be showing us how quickly it will heal itself when we are no longer around. The water in the Venice canals is clear. The rats are running wild in New York. The skies are bluer. The rivers are glistening. The air sweeter. Ultimately, we are only a minor annoyance to the planet. When we act with disregard, we are truly doing harm only to ourselves. If there is any doubt that the planet doesn't need us, just look at South Korea, where the monkeys have taken over the streets. as if they're considering opening up their own restaurants. Back inside, I stop off at the living room where I run into my daughter. I could tell by the way she looked up at me that she had been on her phone for 6 hours straight. She had that look in her eye that said she had seen things on TikTok that I would never understand. The dining room has been renamed the Puzzle Den. It's a room that is at turns joyful and filled with anger and frustration. I make one more stop at the kitchen where I've been baking more bread than my family can eat. And before I know it, I'm back in my bedroom, pulling back the bed covers as we lay down in the darkness, hoping that we'll be able to sleep. But invariably, my mind starts to wander, off to the places and the people who I always visit. I can't wait to go back to the cafe on 9th Avenue, back to the lobby lounge at the Soho Grand, the Pacific Ocean and its threatening and inviting surf, San Francisco at the bar at the Monte Cristo overlooking the bay with Alcatraz in the distance. I miss it all. I miss the traffic. I miss the gate at the airport. I miss standing in line. I miss waiting for the elevator. I miss merging. I miss waiting my turn. I miss shaking hands. I miss hugging strangers and making plans. I miss the waitress getting my order wrong in a restaurant. I miss it all. I miss all of you. But I know, without a doubt, that I'll see you soon. This has been Tom Papa, out in America.